Phil.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today, a very important day here across the area as we're about 24 hours away from getting a system very close to us, a very big storm and dangerous storm threatening South Florida. Here are the advisories that are in place. Very simple. A tropical storm warning from the 7-mile bridge north to the Miami-Dade Broward County line. A hurricane warning is in effect basically from the Miami-Dade Broward County line to points north all across the east coast of Florida. Meanwhile, let's take a look right now at what we can expect with this system. Hurricane Matthew, extremely powerful. You can see that it has just left the easternmost tip of Cuba and it is heading to the north, and now already very strong windy conditions are being felt right across the southeastern Bahamas. Even though it has weakened a little bit, remember last night the winds were up to 145 miles per hour. They're down to 125, down from a Cat 4 to a Cat 3, but it's going to be moving over some very warm waters, so there's plenty of fuel there for the system to get stronger. Right now, about 155 miles south-southeast of Long Island. So what are the models suggesting this morning? It's getting a little tricky and dicey, especially in the long haul here. Most of the models are in fair agreement that this is going to come very close to South Florida over the next 24 hours. But then, take a look at what's happening here. When models start to fan out like this, it means that they really have no good idea as to what is going to happen. We actually have a long-range model that actually loops the system back right across the region. We're not counting that right now because at this point it just seems highly doubtful, but we're going to have to watch this carefully if indeed it starts to come back into Florida or maybe into the Bahamas. So here's the close-up cone. This is the most important thing this morning. Category 3, it's going to be impacting the Bahamas, possibly becoming a Category 4. For you watching from the Bahamas, this system is not only going to bring a lot of rain and gusty winds, but also a sizable storm surge. Most of your islands are flat. You're going to need to go to a very sturdy building, especially with a second or third story, and that's where you're going to want to spend the hurricane, because anything on ground level will get flooded. As it approaches South Florida, could be 130, especially from Thursday afternoon through Friday morning. This is going to be our biggest worry. How close to Florida will this system get? Eventually, it'll start to move to the north sometime on Saturday. All right, so let's take a look here at the water temperatures, because temperatures here are in the mid to upper 80s, so there's plenty of fuel right in this swath for Matthew to get stronger, and that's what we will be watching. So what to do today? Make sure, first of all, that you're calm. Finish your preparations. If you need to put up shutters, do it today. Get all your supplies, your meds, your food, your water. Bring in those loose items, your potted plants, your garden items. Get it all done. That way you are safe in your home. By the way, if you live in mobile homes or in areas that flood easily, you don't want to spend the storm there. Make sure you go to a friend's house, or let's see if they open some shelters. But you do not want to stay in those structures, because they can basically be blown away rather easily by some strong winds. The timeline. Tomorrow morning, winds will pick up. The rain starts to move in. By Thursday afternoon, stronger winds, possible heavy rain, and we could be seeing those hurricane force winds impacting Broward County late in the day on Thursday, and we're talking anything between 74 to 90 plus miles per hour, especially for Broward on up. Miami-Dade, do not let your guard down. We're going to see some strong gusty winds in here that are very capable of causing some major destruction.